Welcome back to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win. Admittedly, I think I actually did this person's suggestion before, but came up in the list. Sometimes my book gets so filled up that I will repeat people's names in the book. Happens sometimes. But Raisel Ramos, I'm pretty sure I did that recently, but we're doing it. Get out of the way, and we'll be good. I already moved all the other ones over to the extra spot. You asked the question, who want to fight? Lobo, the main man, Lobo, or the killer clowns from outer space? So Lobo is oh god darn it, what's his race's name? Lobo. What is Lobo's race's name? Hold on one second there. Lobo is a Zarnian. That's it. He's a Zarnian. And basically, he's the last of his race because he fragged the whole. As he said, I fragged the whole planet for a science project. Gave myself an A. Lobo is one of the cooler characters out of DC. He's basically was made to be edgy, to be non-PC. As a Zarnian, he is immensely strong, powerful enough to crush down and consume an entire city. He can pretty much eat anything. He can survive in space. He can go toe-to-toe with Superman physically. Durability-wise, he can be hurt and feel pain, but he can pretty much recover from anything. Like, legitimately anything. You could kill his body, his spirit will still linger because he's committed so much atrocities. He's been banned from both heaven and hell. So his spirit will just wander until he can find a new body. I believe one time when he died and he was just floating around, he possessed a slug and grew out of the slug. Or it was a slug or a snail, one of the two. More or less the same thing, just one has a shell. Lobo is a master armed combat, master of unarmed combat, carries a multitude of weapons on him all times. He has a space hawk and travel far beyond the speed of light. He's surprisingly a super genius, and knows, oh god, how many languages does he know? It's like over 17,000 or something like that. He also has a love for dolphins. Lobo is just one of the most badass characters there is in DC. He's just one of the best. Anytime Lobo shows up, the comic is always fun. The killer clowns from outer space. Now, the name, unless like a later source of material, let me see here. Killer clowns from outer space. One second. Killer clowns. Whoa, one second. There we go. Killer clowns from outer space. Okay, killer clowns from outer space. So, I don't think the actual race of the killer clowns has ever been said. As far as I can tell, I don't think that's the case. I don't think so. They're just a race of aliens that look like clowns. And they have clown-themed weapons and all that stuff. But their goal is to eat humanity. They come in, they kidnap people, and basically their goal is more or less to kill us or turn us into a cotton candy-like slush for their own consumption, aka eat us. They can do this through a number of means. In terms of capturing, they do a lot of different things, including make a shadow puppet that can actually consume you and then place you. And I'm guessing they either transport them somewhere through like shadow whatever technology or whatever. Anyway, they consume you through a shadow puppet of all things. They can literally possess us and use you like a puppet, like a dummy, just by killing you and then sticking your hand up your backside, whatever. It's like, don't worry, we don't want to hurt you. We just want to kill you a little. Apparently, the popcorn they lay is actually seed eggs for these weird clown demon snake things. Not certain about what that was about. Though, should note too that they're not pushovers physically either. They're strong enough to literally punch someone's head clean off their body. Do a Jason in Manhattan, if you will. Like, they're strong enough to do that. Let the person up, but with just one arm. They can tank gunfire with no problem whatsoever. The clowns are actually very, very hard to put down. It was discovered though that one of the key ways to kill them was to blow up their nose. Like the nose apparently is almost like their power source, if you will. Their nose is pretty much like an essential organ for them. You blow up the nose, the whole system comes crashing down. Pretty much, they blew up after you blew up their nose. Now that being said, that's just what we saw within the movie. If you blew them up, say with a laser gun or whatever Lobo might have on him, because he doesn't have a standard gun shooting 9mm bullets, right? What? 9mm bullets. No, he's firing like rockets, laser, all that. That's what he's using. That's what he's working with. So whether or not the clowns could survive that, who knows? But they also have their ship, obviously, which has an array of weapons on it. Plus that Godzilla clown thing, that Clownzilla monster they had. The clowns aren't they're not dumb, but they act pretty childish, even though they're doing terrible things. They don't really change their demeanor very much. Even when they reveal their true nature, they're still acting pretty childish in the way they handle things. So, but they're not dumb per se. They're just weird. So, if these guys met in a fight, and I might be forgetting some things about the Killer Klowns. It's been ages since I've watched the Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Fun movie. I very much enjoy it just for the campy cheesiness of it. Because trust me, when you hear the title of a movie, Killer Klowns from Outer Space, yeah, it's a campy movie. It's a joke movie, but it's a fun movie because of that. 1988. Wow. Seemed like it was earlier than that, but God, 88 still now, what, 32 years ago? Jesus, I feel old. I mean, I'm 30. So this came out right before I was born. I was born 89, so this came out literally the year before I was born. Wow, 88. Sorry, I'm just go back, strolling down memory lane. I digress. So if these guys met in a fight, first off, this would not happen on Earth. I mean, it could. Maybe Lobo's doing his thing while the clowns are invading Earth, but Lobo is usually hanging around Metropolis because that's where Superman is, and that's where most of the action usually turns up. He could show up in other places, but yeah. Point being, let's say that they're meeting on some neutral ground, and the fight commences. Now, they do have the cotton candy ray that could theoretically seal up Lobo in the cotton candy, but we're talking about sealing humans up who can't get out of there normally. Isn't really the same principle when you're talking about a guy who is literally the strength of Superman or comparable to Superman in some regards. So yeah, I don't think the cotton candy ray is really going to hold Lobo. Lobo just blasts through it or rips it apart. Even if it did work and turn into cotton candy, he would eventually just find a new way to regenerate. Though that would technically count as a win for them. But the cotton candy ray doesn't work. So now you're looking at everything else that the clowns have at their disposal. When you really break it down, it's actually not a lot. They got unique stuff, sure, but they're not strong, nowhere near strong enough to take on Lobo. Yeah, they're physically much stronger than a normal person, but Lobo clearly trumps them in any sort of physical confrontation. Lobo also is smart enough to either know what these things are or figure out their weaknesses really quick. Aim for the nose. He'd probably aim for the nose just out of spite because he hates clowns, maybe. I don't know if he hates clowns, but I could see him as someone who does. So, he just shoots them in the face and realizes, oh, looks like they blow up when I shoot them in the face. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is like shooting fish in a barrel. Hey, boys! He just goes to town on the clowns. Let's say the clowns gang up on Lobo, though. They surround, because there's more than one of them. Clowns going up on him. Try using the shadow puppet thing. He just shoots the shadow puppet. They try using a mass amount of weapons they have. Try to physically stop him. Lobo would frankly just rip these guys apart. He really would. Now again, the cotton candy beam is the one array that is the one thing that you can make an argument that might work, but it's all dependent on how strong the cotton candy is compared to the object it's encasing or the person it's encasing, because I believe we see in the movie, if I'm not mistaken, let me look up the plot real quick again. The beat for beat plot. Okay, when they emerge, the trio finds out in a massive circus tent surrounded by clowns and the ice cream truck and use the PA to distract the clowns. A gargantuan clown known as Marionette, Jojo the Clownzilla, descends from the ceiling, breaks free from the strings and attacks the group. Joe destroys ice cream truck, apparently killing the Trenzo. Is that what they're called? Oh no, the Terenzis? Is that what? Oh no, that's the name of the brothers. Okay. Killing Terenzis. Dave creates a distraction. Mike, the tenant begins to spin and rise in the air, revealing the massive spaceship side. Remove the police badge. Okay, that's not where the cotton candy stuff happens. Okay, here we go. The Terenzi brothers become separated, meeting two female-looking clowns. After Dave and Mike witness a clown using a crazy straw to drink gelatinized townspeople's blood, they rescue Debbie and flee into a maze. Okay, so yeah, they did rescue someone from the cotton candy. I had to remember that. Which actually tells you that the cotton candy, while it is a cocoon that basically liquidizes you, or liquidates you, it's probably like some sort of anesthetic within the cocoon that keeps the subject, calm while they're being liquidated. Otherwise, if they wake up, they can probably just tear through the cotton candy because it's still basically like a cotton candy-esque substance. So this the cotton candy beam wouldn't even work on Lobo. So yeah, unfortunately for the clowns, Lobo wrecks shop with them. Lobo would literally just stick his foot so far up the clown's ass that they're going to be spewing cotton candy out their mouths for weeks. So yeah, I got to go Lobo 100% in time on this one. Let me know if you think different. If you do, that's cool. I would actually be really. To be fair, I could include JoJo, the Gargantuan clown marionette, JoJo Clownzilla. I could include Clownzilla in there, sure. But again, Lobo has dealt with far more powerful individuals than what this thing is. He's more or less just a semi-competent monster goon. That's about it. Anyway, though, I go Lobo. What do you think? You think Lobo? Think Clowns? Put in the comments below. But until then, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. 90s would win, Star Wars, Super Magic, whatever, anything to do with the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.